Colin, bittersweet, I suppose, for any chairman sort of having this conversation, but John Eustace, obviously, wish him well. 2 fantastic seasons and a great move for him.
Absolutely. Kind of difficult for me because I'm very close to him, but we can't stand in his way, and the whole point of the model that we've got now is that if people have the ability to go on and to improve themselves, we will give them that opportunity, and they'll go with our blessing.
And did you expect, probably at the back of your mind, sometime soon that once Steve McLaren got himself a good job in football, he might come calling in that respect?
Yeah, Steve knew John's value for when John played for him at Derby. But I think there was always danger that other clubs would come calling for him as their manager, really. So, you know, we understood that this might be the case, but that's the whole point. People don't leave you if they've been poor at their jobs. They only leave you if they've done well, and he's done a fantastic job. And as I say, he goes with our blessing.
And in terms of often conventionally how it might work in terms of a manager moving on, people would talk about compensations and any arrangement and that kind of thing. As you said, it's sort of keeping in with the ethos of the club, really, that we allow this to happen.
It is, because that was the whole point when he came in. You know, we look to help all of the players to develop and to move when the time's right, and this is a classic case of helping another very, very qualified, young, ambitious man go on and try and achieve his aims and objectives in the game.
So, reflecting on the last couple of seasons, what do you feel he's achieved, apart from the obvious in terms of reaching the playoffs and that kind of thing, but in terms of, you know, developing the team, the club, the style?
We've established a philosophy that we're now renowned for, that is producing talent at all levels. Don't forget, we even lost an analyst last year because of his ability. So you know, people are looking over our fence. The stands are full of scouts because of the way we play. We're getting all the plaudits for it. So we've established a philosophy which I wanted to do when I came in, even when I managed. But I must say that John has taken it to another level, and so we now have a platform that we can take the club forward. He's played a massive part in the progression of the club. We arrested a slide, which was a losing slide, which was a lack of identity, which was, to be honest, it was like watching grass grow, and I had no intention of being involved in that. We get so many emails and letters of support from fans, the silent majority, as we call them, because they are fantastic in their support and appreciation of what they've seen over the last 2 years, which is testament to John and all of the staff and the players. So he's given us an identity now, and he's given us a purpose, and we will work totally to that philosophy going forward.
And he should be rightly proud of the couple of years here in terms of, you know, reaching the playoffs and the FA Cup first round in both seasons. I would guess, knowing him as we do, it'd be a tinge that, you know, if you look at the 2 semi-finals over the course of the 2 seasons, it just didn't manage to go that little bit further. So far,
I think that there are elements where we will feel that we should have done better, and no one's patting themselves on the back. We didn't prepare properly for the start of the season, and that was basically not John's fault. We had to recruit late on. We've obviously arrested that for this season. We put that in place, that we've got the majority of the squad signed up. But yeah, there's a tinge in there that says we should have done better. We understand that. That's down to us, down to our experience, and I think it'll only add to John's experience going forward. And I say many times, you're allowed to make mistakes. You're not allowed not to learn from them, and I think that we all will learn from the mistakes that have been made. But we can't forget, especially at home, the fantastic entertainment that we've had, breaking records and a brilliant win percentage, and great to see people going away from the ground thoroughly entertained with smiles on their faces.
So if that's what's been established while he's been at the helm, what's involved in making sure that doesn't change now for who comes in next and the foreseeable future, I suppose?
We have to be aware of the people that are coming along that work and play to that philosophy, and that's what we have to do. And if I didn't do that, with my background, I wouldn't be doing very well. I watch clubs go from manager to manager, changing philosophies, players becoming obsolete because they don't fit the new manager's way of playing. And I've told everyone all along, that's not the way we're going to work. Anybody that comes into the job here will believe in the philosophy. They'll have their own ideas of way of making it better, and we can't argue that we need to be a little bit more aggressive out of possession of the ball. You know, and John would admit that, and that was obviously something he was working on as well. So that would be nice to look at and to develop, but it's only developing what John would have developed anyway. So we're fully aware of what our options are, and I was aware of what was happening. So I've been on the phone, and people have been contacted, and we won't be long without somebody coming into the post.
So if you've got your season ticket, as the best part of probably around about 500 already have, you know, there's no chance, for the want of a better phrase, of the wheels coming off. They'll still be well entertained next season with a good squad.
There's no chance the wheels coming off, and we know that we've got the bulk of the squad in place, and we've got our targets already in place, and we're pushing on actively with the targets to help us build a very strong squad to start next season.
A fast-moving situation, obviously, but as we're speaking now, at least, you have an idea as to the kind of calibre and individual you'd like for your next manager, and hopefully something in place soon, I guess.
Very soon. Yeah. You know, as I say, I know the types of people that are out there that understand and play the way we play, and they're very, very few and far between. Unfortunately, Pep Guardiola couldn't make it, so you know I did put a call into him, but you know there you go. So I managed to find somebody probably a bit better than Pep, and it's not me. So there you go. So yeah, we're on the case. We're on the case.
Just as a final thought, as we recollect on the couple of years we've had, what would be in terms of your match day, if you like, your highlight of those couple of seasons? Perhaps one of the FA Cup games, or?
No, generally just sitting with a smile on my face, watching people actually enjoy playing football, and watching fans enjoying people playing football. These kids come out of academies where they are taught to take the ball, use the ball, express themselves, and invariably they drop into our level and they're told to get the ball as quickly away from their goal as they possibly can, and lump the ball in the box, and you're not getting it in my team unless you're 6'5" and could throw the ball 9 miles, and we don't do that. You know, we go out there with people that are 5'5" and that will take the ball in a phone box with 7 people around them and still find a way out of it, and we give them the confidence and the belief. So I sit there most times smiling and proud of what I'm watching. So there's no element. We've had great games, you know, Blythe at home 5-4. We've had great games, and we've, you know, I'd even say that for 80 minutes against Salford, you couldn't be happier than I was. You know, and certainly I was far more comfortable for the majority of that game than Gary Neville was, and he actually wasn't very comfortable because he left when we were 4-1 up. So, you know, there's a great element of pride that I've taken from everything that we've done, but it's not luck. It's not, well, get your boots, let's go out and play. The work that's done on the training ground, the method, it's so difficult for people to understand how hard our staff work. I've never, you know, John's in at 7:30 in the morning. He's the last to leave with Gardy, and you know, and that's the model.